Greetings and welcome to the Ultimate Zombies quest guide for Totenreich. In this video I'll be showing you the easiest way to complete the main quest. Unfortunately there aren't any major side easter eggs that can aid you during the setup, however I'll still show you some neat tricks to facilitate some steps. One last important thing, if you see any Scorestreak laying around in the map, do not pick them up until they become necessary. Starting with the loadout, any long-range bullet weapon like assault rifles, SMGs or LMGs will be fine. Personally I'll be using the Voyak with this specific build, code will be in the description as always. For your field upgrade, either Shroud, Frenzied Guard or the brand new Wildfire are the best choices. Out of the three I recommend the latter since it's gonna be useful during the boss fight with these augments equipped. Speaking of which, I have a video on my channel going through the best ones to use, check it out if you like. Begin by turning on the power, simply follow the indicated waypoints on screen to locate the power boxes. Since you'll be passing by the middle island, grab a fishing rod inside this barrel. There are other locations where you can get it, this is just a simpler one. Enter the head of the giant robot tier by either its foot or shoulder, press the red button and follow the body stuck in the ejection tube. Collect its keycard and make your way to the bunker. However, before you enter, stop by the bridge close to the robot and take a can of chili chunks.
Nasty.
Now enter the bunker and interact with the keycard reader to open the control room. Kill all the zombies, pick up the Glock drop controller and head to the island in the middle of the map. Activate the remote and wait around the area until the connection will be established and the pack-a-punch machine will drop. From this point, you can start working on a few different things. Let's start with the Wonder Weapon quest. Go to Dry Dock and interact with this button to lower a platform you can use to wall jump and grab a chain at the very top of the ship. The crane will retreat after 30 seconds, don't worry as you can move it as many times as you like. Make for the fish market and place the can of chili you've collected earlier on the table in front of the Mule's Kick perk machine. Since you have to wait until round 10 onwards for the next Wonder Weapon step, you can start working on 2 out of the 3 Uranium Canisters. For the first one, have a pack-a-punch weapon to make it easier and round up a horde of zombies from the beginning of a round. I like to do it on the Lighthouse Island since it's a big open area. Then call in the Glock drop and only kill the floating zombies. If you manage to eliminate enough of them, the bell will leave some rewards and the first Uranium Canister.
Uranium. This brings me back to some fun memories.
If you don't manage to charge the bell with enough undead, you can always fish for another one or craft it at a workbench for 2000 salvage. For the second canister, grab the RCXD sitting between some crates near the big church with Vulture Aid and make your way near the bunker's entrance. Shoot or melee this vent and deploy the RC car. To jump the gap, simply stop in the middle of the stairs and boost forward. It will work every single time. Again, if somehow you don't make it, you can try your luck by fishing for another one or crafting it for 1000 salvage. Head inside the secret lab next to Pack-a-Punch and look at this hallway next to the jail cell. There will be numbers on the wall from 1 to 5, 2 of them having a nuclear warning underneath. Each number is associated with a letter of the alphabet from A to E. The ones with the label are the letters you need. In my game I had the nuclear label on 2 and 3, which meant I needed the B and C jars. The letters on the jars are randomized each game, so they might look a bit different than the footage. Now place both containers one at a time in this machine next to the prison and collect the purple liquid. Use it on the claw found on the counter to melt it and give you the necrospike. Lockpick the jail cell door by moving it around until the outline turns white, enter it and pick up the second uranium canister.
I am not pleased with how easily we penetrated mine security system.
From round 10 onwards, on the special ammo rounds head to the fish market and wait around until a white Zersa spawns in. To make the fight even easier, go to the graveyard behind the small church and shoot a free insta-kill power-up laying on a tombstone just outside the map. Eliminate the bear and collect the lantern.
Goodbye, bear. It has been illuminating.
To facilitate the next steps, I recommend you leave one zombie at the end of the round. Go back to the graveyard near the small church and place the chain you've collected earlier on this shack. Hold the interaction button to open the gate and enter the secret dungeon. Place the lantern on the altar, this will project constellations on the walls. You have to input 4 of them in a specific order. Staring at the altar from the entrance, it's left, right, behind and front. After you've interacted with all 4 of them in the correct succession, the ether form of Astrid will appear on top of the lantern. Follow her to the fish market and kill all the frost zombies to power her energy. Once she's strong enough, Astrid will move towards the zipline near the big church. Eliminate more frost zombies to charge up her essence until she'll materialize on platforms. Climb up until you reach the lighthouse. Before you continue, make sure to grab the crowbar on this metal shelf. Proceed upstairs, complete the jumping course and enter the top of the lighthouse. Astrid will empower the lantern, turning it into the Jotun star. Flip around and look for a green glowing fish at 1 or 3 fishing spots. It can be found at spawn in front of the robot's head, on the lighthouse island facing away from the map, and lastly near Tyr's foot, close to the warden wallby. Just in case, here's the full map of every fishing location with the ones I've mentioned highlighted in green. You can also find it on the cheat sheet linked in the description. Once spotted, try catching it with your fishing rod, however it'll be stolen by a special Ravager. We'll come back for him next round. Now look for a Flak Gun Round found inside one of 4 boxes. You could just brute force it and open up all the crates until you get it, however here's how to spot the correct one every time. Look for a letter found either near the giant's foot or the room at dry dock where you've pressed the button for the crane. This will have 4 possible messages and it'll be random every game. Here's on screen the keywords you need to look for inside the note, each one is connected to a specific symbol. For a concrete example, in my game the letter said that the shipment was replaced with parts from the lab which will disperse gas. In the cargo manifest, which will always be on the shelf in the bunker's control room, I need to take note of the ID shipping near the flask icon, this being 36. If it's still not clear, I have a separate video on my channel going over this specific step. Anyway, locate the crate with the matching ID, which can be found near the bunker's entrance not far from the control room, at the core foundry next to the VS Recon Sniper wallby, on the bottom right of the boat at dry dock, or near the trap close to spawn. Open it with the crowbar you got earlier to receive the Flak Gun Round.
This is like finding a hat in the sock drawer. Totally unacceptable.
Bring it to the lighthouse area, load the cannon and melee it with the wonder weapon. Next, search the robot set at spawn until it will drop the transmitter, bring it to Tyr on the other side of the map and install it on the top left panel. The lights on the console will start to blink. This will indicate 2 number codes. Count each blink on both left and right at the same time and repeat for the second combination. To know which is the first out of the 2, there is going to be a longer pause in between like this. For a proper example, in my game the left light blinked 6 times, while the right one blinked only once, so the code is 6-1. After a short pause, the left light blinked 4 times and the right one twice, so 4-2. Use the escape pod labeled as 2, throw a Molotov or swing the wonder weapon to unfreeze the zipline and take it. It'll bring you in front of a control deck. Interact with it and move the left knob on the first number from your first code and the right one on the second number. If you remember, in my game it was 6-1, so I've set 6 on the left and 1 on the right. Rockets will shoot in the middle island and spawn a few zombies and a necropincer. Kill all of them to reactivate the console. This time, input the second code in the same way and wait for the robot to bomb the bunker area. Once you hear that the calibration is completed, a new Scorestreak will be available in the office nearby for you to pick up. If you haven't done it already, flip around to make some Ravagers spawn in the map. Locate them and immediately tag the irradiated one. It'll be the only one emitting green smoke. Eliminate him to drop the last Uranium Canister. Don't worry if he'll teleport away. Because of the ping, it'll be very simple to spot.
Uranium, pick it up. All day long you'll have unlimited energy.
Make your way to the building nearby the Mili Macchiato perk machine and use the Wunderbarrage on this rubble blocking the stairs to destroy it and open up the warehouse. Inside you'll find a claw machine where you need to drop the canisters to make a connection strong enough to land on the green. The trick to never fail this step is to have either a connection of 6 and 3 canisters or 7 and 2. Here's on screen a visual example of what I mean. I promise in this way the meter will always stop on green. The machine will dispense an Atomkraft core, bring it to spawn and place it on some pallets near quick revive. Then interact with a generator inside the shack just behind the perk machine. Defend the charging process from the undead. It will interrupt itself twice. Simply go back inside and activate the same lever again until the core will be fully charged. Pick it up and bring it to the bridge. Be careful as zombies will spawn constantly and ice pillars will try to slow you down. Just use your wonder weapon to take care of them. Place the core on this barrel in front of the robot and wait for it to absorb it. Dravacar will make an appearance and get blasted by Tyr. This will make him drop a shard from his frost armor near the robot's foot. Grab it and set course to the big church, with a quick stop at the small one near the fish market to snatch a free disciple injection. At the big church, place the shard on a bonfire in front of Vulturade and light it up using the wonder weapon fire attack. Then use the disciple injection to throw 5 zombies on the meat chunk. This will initiate a minor boss fight against a special necropincer. Defeat him and collect the Sunstone, which will appear near the bonfire.
If my efforts have been wasted, I will be very, very angry.
Place the rune on this column inside the small church near the fish market and hit it with the wonder weapon. It'll project a circle with some runes and arrows in the sky. Look for these 3 specific arrow tips. They'll point out which runes you need and in what order. A few floating wooden piles will spawn all over the map. Don't worry, as they'll be extremely simple to spot. Light them up in the order you got from the projection in the sky using the fire attack from the Jotun star. After the last bonfire is lit, your character will comment about it and all arrows will indicate the same spot, informing you that the boss fight is now open.
We must act. Mach schnell.
Get set up as always. Complete TAT tasks when available. If possible, have a pistol or a ray gun as a secondary, legendary Pack-a-Punch 3 on your main weapon, all perks, tier 3 armor and a stack of stim shots. Whenever you're ready, enter Tyr's head and interact with the button on the console to initiate the boss fight.
Jawohl, Oberstgruppenführer. You are as brave as you are good-looking. May your staggering genius lead us to victory.
The first phase is very simple. Survive until Tyr's attack will expose Dravacar's red glowing weak points. Shoot them until eventually the robot will be knocked down. From now on, it's you against him.
Nein! He has ruined my
You brought this upon yourselves!
A spinning head will spawn in the middle of the arena. Shoot his mouth with a Jotun star fire attack, then switch to your main weapon to destroy it. Careful, since you might have to do this multiple times for the same head, and he does an AoE attack all around him. Dravacar is going to come back. Same as before, shoot his red weak points to damage him. Try to dodge his rock attacks, however if you get caught, use a stim shot to quickly recover and save yourself from a down. Some areas will apply the frost effect and slow you down. Either use your wildfire field upgrade, hold a fully charged Jotun, or activate a trap to avoid being frozen. After you've dealt enough damage, the boss will leave and this time spawn 2 floating heads. Repeat the same process by shooting them in the open mouth with a wonder weapon and destroy them with your gun. Keep shooting at him on his weak spots and avoid his attacks with the tricks I've taught you earlier. If you end up going down, damage him to revive yourself with the equivalent exchange augment. Finally, on his last phase, he will teleport you in the center of the arena. Keep shooting his face and try your best avoiding the many rune attacks by strafing or laying down. Don't forget to use their stim shots if you're in a pinch. Tyr will make his triumphant comeback to deal the finishing blow on Dravacar, and the cutscene will play.
I am programmed to persevere.
And to think I almost shed a tear.
If you've enjoyed this ultimate guide, make sure to leave a like or a comment, check out my channel for more zombie content, and I'll see you in the next one.